Right. So my name is Simangele Msweli, Associate Director of Conservation Education and Youth Leadership at the African Wildlife Foundation. We've just had an exciting day when we were awarding winners of the Shujaa Zone competition, where really it was an opportunity for learners from the Savo landscape to express their understanding of wildlife issues and the solutions in the landscape. What stuck with me the most is sometimes we speak of youth as these people who are not informed or need to be told what to do, but it was clear with the entries in this competition that we have an empowered group, and this is very important. Now, this project is part of the bigger engagement that the African Wildlife Foundation is doing here in Kenya, and specifically in the Savo landscape. We have a lot of programs in protecting conservation areas themselves, in supporting community livelihoods program, and this is really here to complement that because we recognize that everyone in society has a role to play, including the children who actually make up majority of the population here. Now, I've been asked, what is next after this competition? Now, this competition is just part of the bigger initiatives that we are doing here. We actually also have a scholarship initiative for senior secondary school, and applications again for learners who come from the South will be open before the end of the year. We are visiting some of these schools through the mobile van visit. We are working very closely with the teachers because the teachers are in the school full time. They are the custodians. They are the role models for the learners. So we are also investing in training the teachers so that they are empowered to continue inspiring the next generation of leaders. And perhaps one of the practical things I'm excited about is that the winning clubs, the winning project is actually going to be receiving a cash award as well that they can use to improve the work that they're already doing in their school.
Okay, will there be follow-ups after the cash awards? What is next?
Definitely. We have an office here in Voice. So this is not a once-off engagement. This is part of the work that we are doing on a permanent basis. So we will still be working with the schools in the next few years, supporting their work, supporting the teachers. In fact, even this work is building on years of investment that we've put in the very same schools.
Okay, and are there plans maybe to connect these learners with what what they've showcased with conservationists or the government so that the projects can be practical because they have just
Definitely, and thanks for raising that. So one of the organizations that we're here today were youth networks, because we recognize that these learners are still young, but they're in communities where there is very active youth networks as well. So it's important that we connect them to the youth networks so that even in the school holidays, they can continue to champion conservation education. So that even after they graduate from school, they can still have a sense of community where they champion action. So definitely mentorship is a very big part of this initiative.
okay. Apart from what you're doing, the learner's mindset, what are you doing maybe to change the learner's mindset, bearing in mind that they come from what that challenging areas?
Yes,
Yeah.
one of the things that have been amazing, if you read the poems that were coming up, some of them were actually learners speaking about how they never used to realize how important, for instance, bees are or butterflies are. And through this initiative, there's been that sense of change. But one of the things we hear a lot, and we are all familiar with the context here, is learners say, actually, at home we eat the dig or we hear this word life and so on, and through learning in this program they're like, now I'm realizing that I'm actually harming the environment if I'm eating a lot of this. So it's been very nice to see this switch in mindset, and it's very intentional. So one of the things we are supporting so that the learning does not need to end once we are gone. We are supporting a lot of educational materials in the landscape. We've produced posters that teach about dryland ecosystems, about marine. But recently, we've also launched an activity book that has examples of hands-on concrete activities that learners of different ages can do. So really the emphasis is change the mindset, but also leave the learners with the tools so that even in your absence, they can still have a tool that they can use to champion conservation action.